217 Recovery Podcast.
Woo-hoo, 217 recovering.
What's going on, Ryan? That was a solid open from you, man. The excitement that you had there.
I'm feeling it tonight. Thank you, Corey.
Did you have a lot of Coca-Cola?
I had some Coca-Cola tonight.
That'll get you, man. There's a lot of caffeine in that.
Yeah, I usually don't drink pop, so here we go.
Here we go. All right, well, tonight, I teased a little bit on Facebook, and we're going to talk about that in just a minute. That pretty much says it all.
Frustrated.
Yeah, getting into a treatment facility or getting a friend or a loved one the help that they need. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. But first, though, Ryan, you recently had another trip up to Michigan.
Sure did.
That's what he calls the UP. He calls that Michigan. Even though he's in Michigan, he's like, yeah, well, you think you're going to go to the vape store or something. And you're like, yeah, well, they got coils. I can get some coils when I go to Michigan.
Yeah, I'm in the fake Michigan here. No,
bro, we need
I was just used to living out of state, so when I go back home, it feels like going back to Michigan.
Even when he's in Michigan?
Even when I'm in Michigan.
But speaking of vaping, dude, have you seen the stuff online lately? I'm seeing it all over. They're like, vaping is liquid poison, and it's worse than smoking. I actually have people tell me at my job, smoking's better for you.
Yeah, someone just did that to me today. They told me I might as well just smoke a cigarette. And they told me, I'm going to get popcorn lung and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't know. The jury's probably still out on it. It's probably too early to tell.
Why?
But I do both, so I'm safe.
Why they got to be hating on us, though?
Yeah, I think they're just mad because they never got
it. It's just a bunch of haters, bro. Mm-hmm. And you're probably at McDonald's, dudes getting 3 Big Macs. You could be like, well, that's not good for you. I can tell you that right now, homeboy. But everybody just wants to hate, man. The haters, because people like me, I quit smoking, and I like not smoking cigarettes. I like not smelling like smoke, and they say, and I say, well, I don't wake up coughing up a lung, and they're like, because it's stuck to your lungs, man. I'm like,
popcorn lung.
Wow, I didn't realize you went to Harvard and all that, and that's where they did that popcorn lung thing, and that was a long time ago. You can search it, do a Google search for it. I'm telling you, it was like 28 puffs in 30 seconds on a machine, and I was like, man, that could cause that. Well, first of all, I'm not vaping that way, and the chemicals in it, my doctor told me, well, the reason it's bad is because all the stuff comes from China. And I was like, hey, doc, mine's from the USA.
I heard it's got less chemicals in it.
It does.
And it smells better, tastes better. Mm-hmm. Usually even when I have a cigarette, I'll vape a couple hits afterwards just to get some decent flavor in my mouth.
And who do you think, Ryan, wild guess, who do you think's paying for those ads?
Probably the cigarette companies.
Yeah. Follow the money. Because there's nobody, to my knowledge, somebody who might have charged it wrong or tried to modify their thing and blew their hand off or something. But, nobody's going in for lung cancer, to my knowledge, from vaping. And maybe one day they will. Who knows? But right now, it's not like it's being funded. Like alcohol, there's a tax on that. And that tax goes back to send people to rehab, to do stuff like that, and it pays for medical bills and stuff like that sometimes too, is what I've heard. I'm not sure how true that is, but...
sounds good.
Yeah, but the ads that are popping up everywhere, on these billboards, you think Clean Air America is paying for that? No. You think Trump's is paying for that? No. Michigan could be paying for it. The governor of Michigan, at least the old one.
No, people with vested interests.
Well, you were up north probably, but... I was in Arkansas, and I laughed so hard because Michigan at that time was struggling. And I know the tool and die industry kind of took a hit down south, and it was just like, everybody's kind of needing the money. And here the governor was. She went and spent, I think, $15-20 million to put signs up, just to put signs up, to tell people we're going to fix the road soon. I was like, how about you just fix the roads?
Yeah.
You dumbass.
They just mismanage money all the time, and it's all in their interest or vented partners and corporates that fund them, that they help them out. I hate politicians, so I'll say it. I hate them all.
I thought that was pretty funny. I was like, you stupid people. That's good. But no, by stupid people, I don't mean you. I thank you for listening to the podcast today or tonight or whenever you're listening to it.
Yeah.
Ryan, though, real quick, you got us some stickers, which was pretty nice.
Yes, I made them over at my brother-in-law's graphic design shop, Superior Designs.
What's this website? Up Superior Design?
SuperiorDesign.com. Yeah.
There's no up in there?
There is an up in there, ain't there?
Yeah.
UP Superior Design.
They're not paying us. So
I don't know.
Really you can probably Google it and find something close.
It's in Ishpeming, Michigan. He has another shop in Marquette, Michigan. But
yeah, if you need,
they do definitely a lot of good things and helped us out, and we appreciate that.
Yeah. And if you need stickers or something for your job, for your work, whatever, you just got a cool saying that you say all the time. Hey, just tell them that you want the 217 discount, which is I think 98% off. Maybe I don't remember exactly what it is, but just tell them that and see if it throws something your way. You're like, man, I know those guys. Just say you know us personally and that you help us with the podcast because you do by listening. So
yeah, they do decals, all kinds of stuff, make signs, they do photography, anything you need.
Visors?
No, I get my visor guy is Uper shirts.
It's just too funny that he's got a visor guy.
He does all kinds of apparel.
Yeah, and
things like that.
Well, Ryan, actually the other day, I think I talked to you about it already, kind of. A friend of mine, she got out of treatment, and it was like one of those people that you see, and you're just like, yeah, they're not taking it serious. And after my tour of Michigan rehabs, that's what I call it. I probably was the same way at one point, but you can kind of spot it when you're a veteran like myself. Not proud of that, but it takes different
takes one to know
for
one.
people. But you see it, and you just wish them the best. And anyway, she got out and went to a sober living house for like 20 minutes and was like, "Nope, too many rules," and boop, bounced right back out. And then she's like, texting us, sending us messages. I'm like, well, you need to stop doing drugs. She's like, I'm not. And then like 2 days later, okay, how'd you know? I was like, come on now. Like, it doesn't take
a genius,
rocket science, even though I am genius level. We can talk about that on the next podcast.
I'm right there with you, bud.
Yeah. But so when she did all that, I was like, okay, and then I'm good, and she's not, I'm good, and she's not. Well, the other day at 4:30 in the morning, she sent me a message, and she's like, Corey, help me, and do you know anybody?
She reached out.
Yeah. Do you know anybody in Grand Rapids? I was like, yeah, of course I know people in Grand Rapids, but nobody I'm going to call at 4:30 in the morning and come get your ass, like, what are you talking about? And she's like, oh, I'm in a bad spot, I've been robbed, and this and that, and I'm on the street, and, yeah, I mean...
Yeah, it definitely sounds like hitting rock bottom to me.
So I told her, I was like, you need to call an ambulance and, go to the hospital and figure it out from there. And then she's like, okay. And I think the day goes by and she said, no, I ended up doing this and that. And I tried and said she was going to the hospital. Then she was going to Pine Rest in Grand Rapids, which I've been to Pine Rest like 80 times. So I know it's a good place and she would have been safe there. But for some reason she didn't go. And I don't know the details on why not, but she didn't. And then today I get another message from her and she's like, Corey, I don't want to do this anymore. Please help. Like, I don't know what to do. And I just threw it out there. You're on Division Street, right? And she's like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know where you are. Let's call some places. And, on 217recovery.com, we have resources. That's nice, in theory. Mm-hmm. It's real nice in theory. There's phone numbers you can call. It helps you at least cut out the middleman of, like, if you try to Google rehab centers. I mean, don't ever do that. Seriously, go to 217recovery.com because we have Recuv Hub, which will tell you not every single rehab place, but most of them. Because there was one in Grand Rapids called Pivot. It's part of the Hope Network. And I was, of course, there, too. Get your own room in that one. You can have your phone, smoke, and stuff. Not inside, but anyway. Yes. They weren't on there, and I was like, that's where she should probably go because it's more geared toward women. And that was on there. So it's like Recuv Hub, and it'll tell you if there's any beds available, this and that. And the way Bear River has turned and everything I've seen and heard, and I wouldn't recommend that place for anybody right now. They're more about that dollar bill, and there's nothing wrong with that. But there are still people there that care. Don't get me wrong. There are people there that absolutely care, and that makes a world of difference. But when you're starting to get outnumbered by people who don't, that can become a problem real quick.
Definitely.
And they'll, I'm sure, maybe hopefully turn it around, but like you said not to get you started on them.
Yeah, don't get me started on them.
That's why I'm getting them started on them. Because they still haven't given my chargers. It was stolen from my personal property. I'm like, okay, well, give me them back.
I tried to get in there for some outpatient, some group, and couldn't get a hold of them for days. And I even had a foundation lined up or whatever that wanted to get me in there, but didn't know if my Medicaid would cover it or if they would have covered it, but nobody answered the phone. Just got an answer machine. And by the time they got back to me, then they called me, and I do have Medicaid, but they just went ahead and couldn't find it. So next thing you know,